I am going to break down the Digitakt 2 demo. First up, drums, the groove. How did I rebuild the groove? So I was in here on the Digitakt recording all the riffs and the melodies and all the beats, like manually. I wasn't doing that. There's no way I would do that. That would just take way too long. I wanted to explain that because I did not rebuild the groove. I just MIDI recorded all of that. So with that said, let me play the main groove, pattern 34. So here's the main groove. So as I mentioned in the previous vlogs, when you are creating songs on the Digitakt 2, you want to make sure that you spend a lot of time on the very first pattern, mixing it and making sure that sounds good. And your first pattern should be the main groove. So this is the main groove. I am going to just play the drums. So leave this stuff. Okay, I need to stop this because I see the battery's gonna die on this camera. Let me stop this. Put on my headphones. I'll put this on the side. How did I do this before? Oh my god. Okay, so I was talking about the groove. Okay, so kick drum. So I like to put the kick drum on track 1. And then track 2 is usually the snare, but this song does not have a snare. So I got claps instead. Track 3 is nothing. Yeah, 3 is nothing. 4 is, it's nothing, but it's a spare track for, I call it a moon pluck, which appears for just one pattern later on. Track 5 is nothing, but that's, you know what that is. It's the second track for the Glowvox. 6 hi-hats. 7 is the Kissy sound, the Kissy sample that I used in all of these songs. Seems like it, almost all of this. At least this song and the previous 2 songs that I did. 8 is, it's a spare track for a sample I call pulse. It's kind of like a sound effect. Okay, so I do try to limit all the drums and percussion to the top tracks, so the first 8 tracks. And then on number 9 is where I like to put the bass. 16 is where I like to put the vocal samples. And I guess some of the other sounds in the song are the frog. I'm gonna call this the frog. 11 is that Glowvox. 2 is that saw bass. I'm gonna move that. And then 13 is the Juno pad, which, oh yeah, there we go. Okay, and then those 2 together. 14 is a guitar. Okay, these guys are too loud. Get rid of that. So 14 is that guitar. I'm just gonna talk about this guitar sound. It's a really bad sounding guitar synth sound. I added a tremolo effect to it, and it reminds me of Depeche Mode. I'm gonna say Depeche Mode, like Violator. What's that song? My favorite song, Enjoy the Silence. Kind of, not really. Maybe more Policy of Truth. One of those songs. Okay, anyways, this is my Depeche Mode moment. Let's bring everything back again. And 15 is another pad. Okay, I gotta mute this so you can hear it. Okay. Then all of them together is the main groove. Yeah. And let me stop this. Next, I want to talk about tremolo. Okay. So tremolo effect. If I can explain this, I can't explain it. It's basically like a choppy effect. No, I was gonna demonstrate on my pedals here, but I'll just demonstrate it on the Digitakt. Okay, because I'm really bad at explaining things. But I'll say, okay, tremolo is an effect that makes sound like a helicopter. That's a really bad explanation. I'll just demonstrate it here. So in one of my previous vlogs, I was explaining there's a tracker effect called tremor. And I was trying to recreate that on the Digitakt. And that demonstration was bad because you couldn't even hear the effect. But now I've got some examples here where the effect is quite obvious. And I'm going to use that guitar sound. It's, I'm going to say like one of the basic common guitar effects. This tremolo sound. Surf music. They use it a lot. It goes. Okay, that's the sound. You know what I'm talking about now, right? So I've explained it here. So guitar sound, that awful guitar synth. Is that on 14? Okay, there. That's what a tremolo sounds like. When I turn it off, it sounds like this. Just a sustained guitar sound, right? Okay, I'm going to recreate the tremolo, aka tremor effect from the tracker world. The tremor effect in the tracker world turns a sound on and off. That's what it does. So translating that to guitar pedals or Digitakt, tremolo, we're going to play with the amplitude, so the volume of the sound. So you want to go to the destination. Yeah, this is in the mod page. Destination. Look for amp. I can't find it. Amp volume. Amp volume. Say yes. Amp volume. Your waveform. So you want it to be a square wave. Okay, and then you want to increase the depth to maximum. See what that sounds like. Oh, sounds bad. The speed is too slow. Alright. So after much playing around, I found this to be the best. So the speed will be 16. Okay, so I'm gonna hold down function so that it goes in larger increments. So 16. That's gonna be slow, even more slow. To make up for that, I'm gonna increase the BPM from 8 to 128. And there you have it. Okay, let's play it with the kick drum. Okay, but we're not done. You probably can't tell, but sometimes that tremolo goes out of sync. And I couldn't figure this out for the longest time, and I overlooked this in the previous vlog. So what you gotta do is change the mode. So what's the default mode? Mode is free, so you don't want that. What you want is trig mode trig, so that it restarts. I believe that's what it means. But anyways, that's what you need to do to keep the tremolo in sync with the song's tempo. Okay, I also use tremolo on the Glowvox. I'll play it for you. It's the exact same settings. Yeah, okay. It also has a bunch of pen parameter lock, key locking. So you get the stereo effect going. I guess there's no kick drum in this one. Okay. But that layered in with the regular Glowvox sounds like this. So that tremolo Glowvox kind of hides the crappiness of the monophonic Glowvox. But anyways, I wanted to demonstrate the tremolo effect. The next effects I want to talk about is delay. Yeah, delay for texture. So the frog sample. Let me play it on the original. Okay. Okay, that's the original. I should actually play the entire pattern. So that's the original. On the Digitakt, I decided to do something different, which is add delay to that frog to add texture. And this is what it sounds like. Oops. It's not even the same pattern, but you get the idea. And then I'll turn it off. So I have it on 80. I'll turn it off. See how basic that sounds? So I'll turn the delay on. And all of a sudden you get Depeche Mode. Was it Policy of Truth? Is that what this song reminds me of? Depeche Mode, Policy of Truth. And then with everything else. The glow pad also has delay. I generally add delay on the pads because, like I said before, it's to hide the fact that the Digitakt is monophonic and it makes pad sounds really bad. But when you add delay, it makes it okay. So I will turn off the delay. That's what it sounds like. Can I turn it on? Makes it sound a little bit better. It kind of gives it that polyphonic sound. It's like a fake polyphonic sound. Where else did I use texture? I don't know. There's texture all over this. Sorry, not texture. There's delay all over this song. Same with chorus. Okay, so chorus is used to widen, give a mono sample a stereo effect. Again, on the pad. So I will play that pad again. That's the chorus. Turn that off. And then on. Okay, and I do that for a bunch of these sounds. See? Bass, not the bass. The frog has chorus. Reverb, delay, and that Glowvox. Delay, reverb, chorus. That saw bass has chorus. The Juno pad, chorus. The Depeche Mode guitar has chorus. This pad has and delay, clap, whatever. Okay, whatever. I also learned how to do Trigless locks and how to clear a parameter lock. Do I remember how to do those? No. And then pattern length, keeping long samples in sync. Do I really want to talk about this? I don't. And then that's it. I think that's it. Okay, you know what? I'll make an effort. So Trigless locks, if I can find an example. I guess it would be with the pan. Yeah, one of the pans. So I feel like, okay, maybe it's the Depeche Mode guitar. I don't see any Trigless locks here. You know what? Who cares? I don't think anyone cares. So, yeah, that's my demonstration of the Digitakt 2. Backtracking, forgot about this section. How I broke it down in Ableton. So hopefully you can see this. This pocket camera. So this is the DJI Pocket Camera 2. The one with the tiny screen. I don't like using this camera because the screen is so tiny and my eyes are so bad. I can't see what I'm shooting. So hope you can see. Terra Eyes Ableton Live project. So to explain again what I've been doing with these old tracker songs, the DAW that I use is Ableton Live. This one is Live 11. What I've been doing is translating the tracker songs to Ableton first to clean it up, to organize it, and get it prepared for the Digitakt 2. And then this way, all I need to do is hit record on the Digitakt 2 and then play the sequences from Ableton Live. Although not in that order. The order is you play on Ableton, that'll start the Digitakt sequencer, and then you hit play and record on the Digitakt. Because this song has how many tracks? I think I said 24. I have to dumb it down. Yeah, I have to dumb it down for the Digitakt 2 because the Digitakt 2 only has up to 16 tracks. That, and then also I like to keep track of duplicate patterns, and I've color-coded things and labeled things. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, maybe I should mention how I do the samples. I don't want this to be a Ableton Live tutorial. Don't learn from me, but I'll just mention. So I would export all the samples from the tracker song. In this case, I did use Schism Tracker and exported each sample. I drop in the sample. It automatically creates a simpler, which is the basic sampler plugin, machine, whatever, for Ableton Live. And then I would change the settings to whatever to make it match how it sounds on the original tracker song. Then I would duplicate that and then drop in the next one, so on and so forth. Group them all together into, what is this called? A rack, some kind of rack, and name them, put them into the chain thingy, and then macro the chain selector, and do it for all the samples. And then once that's done, then I duplicate this channel or track into another one, so on and so forth for all of them. And for each one, I would select whatever sample using the chain selector. Sometimes there are effects, like, okay, let's go to the Depeche Mode guitar. There's one for panning, and then I would automate the panning within the clip. I'll show that in a bit. Here's the tremor effect or the tremolo effect, and then some volume effects. Here's an example of the pan automation. This is hard left, this is in the center, this is hard right. So the Ableton Live, this part takes a long time. Once it's all done, then I make 16 MIDI tracks, and this is where I map out what I'm going to do on the Digitakt. Here, kick on channel 1, clap on channel 2, 3 is empty, etc. That's how I'm going to set up the tracks on the Digitakt too. And then here, down here, I set the MIDI channel outputs 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc., etc. And then I copy over the little clips, the MIDI clips. They're all color-coded to identify which ones are duplicates to make the recording process faster on the Digitakt. So that's the Ableton Live. Reuse parts. Okay, this next part is kind of interesting. In the intro, I mentioned that I forgot my thought process behind the making of this song. Usually, I kind of, have a sense that I remember this, this particular song was sparked by this thing for this song. I couldn't remember. Yes, I couldn't remember. And then I started recreating the patterns in Ableton Live. And some of those riffs and melodies triggered memories and made me realize this is actually taken from this other song. And that happened so much. I realized this song is a Frankenstein song. I mentioned this before. Frankenstein is like you stitch a bunch of song ideas together and you keep doing that until you make or you complete a song. Okay, so that's what terrorize is. To give you some examples, so reuse parts from other songs. The intro.
You're not a nanny bot, are you?
Okay, so that Glowvox. You solo it. If I change that sample to the frog, yeah, I'll change it to the frog. This is what it sounds like. Which is the song that's playing in the animation. So the animation is set in a club called Das Übergrind. And there's a club song that's just replaying throughout the whole for most of the song. It's the club song. And that's what that is. Das Übergrind. You know what? I'll look for it. It's here. Give me a moment. I have hundreds of tracker songs. Okay, here we are. Das Übergrind. You know what? It probably takes less disk space to screen record than to use the to record on the pocket camera. Okay, maybe next time I'll integrate screen recording, like computer screen recording. in Schism tracker. But anyways, that's the intro to Terra Eyes. And then also that weird burp, 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 that's in this song. And that's in Terra Eyes. If I can find it. I'm gonna turn this off. This pocket camera. It's like battery's half dead already. Let me find this one. Okay, so after hearing that, I think I maybe kind of recall how Terra Eyes started. Just from that other song, that Das Übergrind. That's where that started. So for some reason, I thought that riff, the burp, 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 was a good riff. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe as a joke. 'Cause it's a weird riff. But I used it. To start the song. There are a bunch of other things I realize here. Channel 10, pattern 26. Okay, so this is during the middle section, during the weird time signature section. So this part. Okay, so that thing, that triggered a memory. That it's like this song, that sounds like one of my other songs. It took me days to figure it out, which is sad because, like I said before, I used to have a really good memory, like computer memory kind of thing. I often compare myself to a mentat. You know what a mentat is? It's in those smart people in the Dune novels. Okay, but now my memory sucks. So okay, so now it took me several days to finally remember which song that's from, and it is from a song called Pad Chords. Okay, that's a unfortunate song title. I don't know. It's an on the nose song title. If I can find it now, Pad Chords. And of course, the bells. I was really into that bell sample. Do not use bells and pizzicato strings in songs. Okay, let me stop that. There's not much to that song idea. And then to remind you, Terra Eyes. It's the same sample. But it sounds weird because it's during that weird time signature part of the song. Here, I'll play the whole pattern. Okay. And then I was like, I was still not satisfied. It's like, this sounds like another song of mine. Again. Many days passed, and then I was like, oh my god, that's Lovely Ugly. So Lovely Ugly is one of the songs from when I say my, Navel for Eve's debut full-length album, Go Home, released in the year 2011. Low key, that is probably my favorite song from the album. And it's so sad that I didn't get a lot of feedback for that song. Maybe there was like one guy who liked it and reposted it, but that's about it. So I'm gonna play Lovely Ugly. That chord pattern. Okay, and then I'll play that pad chord song. So now, if I ever do a retrospective on Lovely Ugly, now I know what sparked that song. It's this pad chord song. Okay, so that's one of the reused song ideas that I stuck into Terra Eyes. There are more. Channel 2 Frog, pattern 34. In the full context of that pattern, this is what it sounds like. So that's the main groove. That is from a song I was working on. I called Husky. Husky. I will play it for you. Yeah, this song is kind of epic. I already forget what it sounds like. What am I listening for? Okay. You can kind of hear it. Yeah, so that is from my song Husky. There is one more riff that I recognize from another song. So channel 7, Kissy, pattern 34. Oh, okay, so that main pattern. Wow. The main groove. Okay. But if you change that to a sample that's more that isn't as percussive, like the frog, let's go to the frog. And again, it took me a while to realize which song that is from. And it is from, there's this song that I made a few years ago now. I called it, what's it called? Dark Synth Pop Jam. I will play a clip. And I didn't mention the name of the song in that video, but it is for a song that I am working on for the next Neighbor for Eve album, which is based on my old tracker songs, but the tracker songs that I never finished. Okay, so it's not going to be any of the songs from Film of the Book CD. The original title for that song, I don't know if I want to mention it now. I won't talk about it. I won't talk about it now. We'll just call it the dark synth pop song. Okay, so that is from one of the versions of that song. And I have to figure out which one because there are so many. It might be this one. And oh my god, this song also reminds me of Depeche Mode. Is it Policy of Truth? Maybe? All these songs? Policy of Truth? Okay, anyways, let me get to the part. Oh my god. Okay, this one. Okay, let me actually get this open up in Schism Tracker to isolate that. Yeah, okay. Oh my god, it sounds very bad in, what do you call this? Schism Tracker. Yeah, because it's got that tremor effect I was talking about. And for some reason in Schism Tracker, it doesn't play that tremor effect back correctly. Like, what the hell is that? Oh, shit. Oh, that sounds horrible. Okay, and then the terrorize. So that it's the Kissy. So that percussive sound, but I changed it to the frog. So you can hear the notes. Yeah. Play the other song with all the other tracks. I was quite aware that that part of the song was cheesy, and I have since cut it out of future versions of the song. So this will probably be the only time anyone gets to hear that. Okay, and now back to Terrorize. Oh, can you even hear the Kissy? This stuff. There. Okay. But with the Kissy sample, I turned it into texture. Yes, turned it into texture. I believe that's all. Yes, that's it. What time is it? It is 1:10 a.m. Time to stop. I did start jamming with the synths, but it just sounded like garbage, so I'm not gonna show that. I'll share a little bit of it though. Well, whatever. You get the idea. I wasn't feeling it. So that was Terra Eyes, a song I buried for decades because I was embarrassed about ripping off a chord progression from an anime movie. But now that I've recreated it, I kind of remember what I liked about it in the first place. It sounds like a murderous, melancholic mandroid trying to hold itself together while some lab rat asks if it's a nanny bot. What did I learn from revisiting this song? It was a Frankenstein song stitched from scraps. If you want to write a song that feels like a journey, this is how. Come up with a bunch of riffs and melodies and puzzle them together until you have a complete song. What would I do differently today? The Digitakt 2 taught me limitations are good. The simplified saw bass and Juno pads actually work better. Also, use delay. I barely used effects back then because all the tracker plugins felt sketchy. Digitakt 2 is great for finishing songs. You commit to your sounds, and you don't spend 5 years mixing yourself into a burnt CDR no one ever plays. This was just one of the songs from my old demo CD. I've got more old forgotten tracker songs to resurrect. I hope you enjoyed my presentation of Terra Eyes. Join me again next time when I do something else.
I swear by the moon and stars in the sky.
It sounds like a murderous, melancholic mandroid.